Okay, this message will not fully resonate with everyone. So please take what does and kindly leave what does not, okay? All of my major downloads from the past 4 years, yesterday night, really early today, between like 1 and 3, actually 1 and like 5 a.m. We're replaying, and I'm being guided to share them all at once, right? So, the first message ever was everything that you worry or may worry about is okay. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Please remind yourself of that whenever you struggle with forgiveness and staying focused. And this is more so like the big, crazy, sad, evil things that are labeled as these things, even to the smallest thing. I'm doing this because to me nothing is small, right? But this has to do with everything that's going on in the world, right? And in your life specifically. Now I'm speaking to pretty much 2 different collectives right now. One I will categorize as all of humanity, okay? And the other one is the 144,000, right? Many people have received different messages and they have different perceptions of what the 144,000 is. For me, the message that I received is that there are a set of 144,000 people or beings who came to Earth specifically to ignite the timeline of heaven on Earth. They will be the first ones to truly and intentionally move from heart space and do the healing within themselves first that it takes to fully open up their heart and step into a space of heart-based decisions over fear, over ego, over their shadow selves, all of these things, right? Eventually, this is the totality, right? To lean in this realm, this earth, into heaven on earth. It's currently mainly in a hell state, right? But we are in a split timeline right now where there are people who are here to keep that timeline, right? And the current state of duality in the way that it is right now. And then there are a set of people who are here for other things. And there's kind of also like an in-between. The state of the world right now is in the in-between. But anyway, okay, back to this. I wrote it down so I could stay focused. All right. So the realm of heaven on earth entails unity and non-duality, and not unity in the sense that everybody is going to be the exact same way, but unity in the sense that we're not seeing each other as just a complete separation of each other. We understand that we are each other, we are reflections of each other, manifested in our individual unique ways, right? Still bringing unity, though, again, from heart space, respecting each other, not just the humans, the earth, the animals, the everything, right? Unity. Okay, and then non-duality in the sense that you don't need to have or go through the bad in order to have the good. We don't need to suffer in order to be blissed or blissful. Right now in this current realm we're in the realm and timeline of duality. You need the yin and the yang, the balance that is really not even balanced, right? And again, with that 144,000, we're not here to keep this current state of balance. And I spoke about another version of balance that a lot of people don't talk about, which is the balance between your spirit, your highest self, the goddess within you, and your human self. That type of balance, okay. But the balance of how we know it, evil and good, we're here to tip the scales, okay? Some beings are currently at this time still here for that balance, right? The 144,000, that's not what we're here for. Okay, so we use the energy, as in the 144,000, we use the energy of duality differently, not in the sense of keeping that balance, right? But we use the energy of duality, okay, not for separation of different races, not for separation of hierarchy between different races or between men and women, or to be labeling things inherently as bad or good, because everything is just a vibration. Everything is also exactly as it's meant to be. It's not inherently bad or good or evil or whatever. We use the duality to distinguish between love and heart space based actions and thoughts versus those being born from fear, ego, toxic programming, things like that, right? Okay, let me just read. Now let's bring this into the mindfulness and intentions, right? And how we use that energy. A lot of people talk about we have to be mindful, we have to be intentional, and you know, it's great to be aware of other people, whether or not they're mindful and intentional. But what are you mindful of? What are you filling your mind with? What exactly are your intentions? And here again comes that difference in collectives. The intentions of those in the 144,000 and then the overall collective right now, they're a bit different. Their minds are full of different things. Hey baby, do you see it? Can you see her? She's so cute. Hi. Aww. Oh, that's so pretty. Thank you. You can sit here as long as you like. Do you see it? Hey. Okay. I'm going to speak directly to the 144,000. What your intentions are, and again, this is not going to resonate. You'll know if it resonates with you or if it doesn't. Your intentions, again, are to do the healing, to open up your heart, to make heart-based choices, move from unconditional love, right? Fill your mind with positivity and trust and knowing and remembering that the timeline of heaven on earth exists and that you're here to create that, which means you have to move and not move, or you get to move and not move a certain way. The mass majority is in the state of we have to fight with physical violence and the war and all this stuff and being completely angry. Not saying that we're not going to get angry and we're not going to feel these things, right? But our intentions are to alchemize that energy and transmute that energy and again be in that state of trust and knowing of what is to come, right? Okay, and everyone's intentions are not going to be on that. And then it's, like I said, great to know what other people's intentions are or are not, but what is that reflecting back to you, right? Is that reflecting that you need to, there's a part of you that is accepting something that you're not genuinely in alignment with? Is there a part of you that is being shown it's time to let go? And let's talk about reflections, right? Hold on, because I think I'm getting off topic. Not off topic, but going out of order. And then, okay, that too, right? With your mindfulness and intentions, are you mindful of and aware of when your ego or your shadows are in the driver's seat versus when it's you, 0808, right? Or let's go past that. You can be aware of it. Some people are aware of it and they kind of like put their intentions to the side, or they don't know what their intentions are, and they let the ego and the shadows run it. You have to intentionally and lovingly pull your ego and your shadow self out of the driver's seat. Do you know what it feels like, the physical sensations, the thoughts? Do you know what it sounds like when that ego, your ego and your shadow is in the driver's seat? Do you know how to get them out, right? You also, in the 144,000, the things of violence and mean energy, like especially unnecessarily, but in general mean, because you can be honest, you can be blunt, you can be whatever without being mean, without being disrespectful, you can disagree without all of these things, right? So when that energy is present, those energies are present, or even words, you're sensitive to certain words. You feel these things in this disconnect for a reason, right? So when these things come up in your direct reality, or you're just seeing it on social media or whatever, this is when I need you to go back to that first message and remember that everything is okay. You just need to stay focused on what you're here for. Everybody is here for something different, right? Now again, this is where the reflections and discernment comes back into play. Everybody, like I said, is you on a different timeline, a different dimension, a different physical manifestation of you, of the creator, manifested as all these different things, right? But here comes discernment. Everyone likes to talk about that, especially when you bring something to someone that does not resonate with you, or that you don't like, or that it's an issue or whatever. They like to throw back, oh, well, you're just a reflection of me. great. Thank you for reminding me of that, right? But being a reflection of someone does not mean that you are exactly the same or inhibiting the same exact actions. Just like when you look at a mirror or you look at your camera, you see you, but it's not the same exact thing. It's always different in a way, right? Or on a more extreme aspect, when we look at people, when we look at the earth, the trees, the grass, it is you, but it looks completely different because it is different, but it's still reflecting back a version of you, right? So again, this is where the discernment comes to play. What is this person reflecting back to you? Are they reflecting a part of you that you will and want to embody? Are they reflecting a part of you that you used to embody that you no longer resonate with? But there's a part of you that's clearly resonating with it in some way because you're choosing to keep it in your vicinity. And it also reflects timelines. They reflect timelines where you need to jump. It's time to let go of that timeline, let go of that person, let go of these whatever, right? Reflecting people pleasing, reflecting multiple things within you. A reflection does not mean the exact same thing, okay? Keep that in mind, right? And be very aware of and feel into what the energy is behind that when someone is saying like, oh, well, you're a reflection of me, you know? Okay. Now, with that being said, right, this can be very lonely. And a lot of people also feel like, in a general sense, not even the only 144,000, because we all have gifts, right? It can be scary. We talk about how it can be scary not knowing what's coming next or not being able to see or visualize what's coming next. But it also can be very scary to be in a group where you do see and know of a certain timeline and the mass majority is completely against that, right? And again, that's where the loneliness can come into play, but I promise it won't be that way forever. And it's okay to be misunderstood, right? And let's make something clear. Moving from heart space, forgiveness, unconditional love does not mean unlimited access to your time, your energy, and your presence. Being unconditionally loving does not equate to the absence of standards and boundaries. And unconditional love does not mean access to you. And I've seen a lot of videos about this, and I talked about this before. People feel like when you're like, oh, I'm all love and light, that they can just walk all over you and say whatever, and that if you are direct and blunt, now you're not moving peaceful, you're not moving loving. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, okay? And clock that too. I don't even know why I'm saying clock that, because I don't really talk like that, but apparently I do. Clock that too. When people respond that way to you setting a boundary, how they respect or not respect your boundary, if they try to push back, it's not their responsibility actually to respect your boundary, but it's your responsibility of what you do if someone shows you they're not going to respect their boundary, or they don't respect you, or they make you feel bad about it, whatever the case may be, right? You set the boundary, you uphold the boundary, and act accordingly. Okay. Now, those were kind of overall messages, those last two with the unconditionally loving, but still more towards the 144,000. Now, again, to the 144,000, it is time to show up, speak, and be free in the love that you came here for, that you came to embody, that you came to demonstrate, that you came to evoke, okay? Not everyone is going to understand, resonate, or be in alignment with that calling that you have. And let me be clear, I don't know if I said it already, but eventually the whole reality is going to be, again, on this timeline, right? But there's 144,000 first that ignite it. Not that they're better or anything, they just chose to, again, consciously, intentionally be on this timeline and continuously choose it throughout, no matter, like, regardless of what is going on. Again, other people are here for different reasons, but y'all got me. If you understand, you understand. If you don't, you don't. Okay, so I'm going to say that last part again. Not everyone is going to understand, resonate, or be in alignment with the calling that you have. What are you? Tiny little thing. That does not mean play it small or conform, right, to the other actions and timelines. It means stay focused and do what you need to keep your energy intentionally on the timeline of heaven on earth. Sometimes it's way harder than others, but you can do it. We are not here to keep the current balance. We are here to tip the scales, okay? And I say balance Because, oh my gosh, they say it's balance between light and dark and good and bad, but in reality, for a lot of years, for a long time, most of humanity now, it's been more so on the lower vibrational aspect of things, right? The more hell timeline for a lot of the world, because this is a mental and energetic thing, right? So it's not even in balance, how they love to say, right? But again, we're not here to keep that balance. We're not even here to bring that balance. We are here to tip the mother freaking scales, okay? Again, this is not going to resonate with everybody. You are going to know in your heart and your soul and your mind if it does not resonate with you, and that is okay. Okay, so because of that, right, us being here to tip the scales, use your discernment and act accordingly. You do not have to give access or an explanation to everyone, and you really shouldn't give yourself access to everyone, because you're meant to stay focused, right? And we're needing to surround ourselves with like beings, which is again is another reason why we're alone a lot, right? Because 144,000 out of billions of people, not hard to find. I mean, not easy. Yeah, not easy to find. Okay. So anyway, you do not have to give it access. Ow, mother. You do not have to give access or an explanation to everyone, especially if you do not feel safe to do so, whether that be physically or energetically, right? There is a reason why you feel that way, that unsafe energy or unsettled. Even if it's simply the fact that you're just triggered and it's reflecting something within you that you need, that gets to be healed, you can do that in a space. You need to do that in a space where you actually feel safe to do so. And for the most, and so far, for most times, it's when you're alone that you actually genuinely feel safe to unpack all of that without judgment, without shame, without guilt or anything, just with love and care to alchemize and feel and heal the energy, right? That's okay, and it will not be that way forever. But you cannot keep forcing yourself. I lost my place. You cannot keep forcing yourself to stay where or with whom that the unsafe energy is present. It's very draining and just unnecessary, to say the least. And please, please, please have fun and allow yourself to experience joy and experience this human experience. Not only joy, all the feelings that come with it, like, and also not negating the sadness and anger, right? Because it's a part of the human experience. Allow yourself to be in that balance of what I said is our guides too, the balance of your spirit self and your human self. And let yourself like frolic in that, however it is for you and your uniqueness. And this last part of the from where I started of you do not have to give access or an explanation to everyone and allow yourself to be in a safe space to unpack things, right? That's for everybody. That's the end of the message. Peace, beautiful souls. I love you. Okay, and I forgot to mention with the 144,000, when you add that up, it equates to 9. And 9 in the supreme mathematics is born, right? So we are here to birth a new reality, right? And that comes with, like I said, working with the duality as far as recognizing and separating what is a part of that timeline, the current timeline, and what is a part of the new timeline that we are here to birth, to ignite, to evoke, whatever you want to call it. So keep that in mind. And it has a lot to do with the multiple death and rebirth cycles that we get to embody throughout this process. Okay, now I'm done. Peace, beautiful souls. I love you. Okay, a little bit more with the numbers. So it's the 9 from the 144. Then we have 3 zeros, right? And 0 is like cipher energy, womb energy, creation energy, the start, nothing and everything all at once, right? And then the 3 is expression, creativity, creation, right? So again, we're taking this infinite energy of nothingness that already is something and embodying our own energy and intentions to create this certain timeline, to birth this specific reality, right? Because we're all creators and all of these realities already exist. The reality where it now exists, they all technically will always exist and always have existed, right? But we're in a certain timeline to, y'all get what I'm saying. The ones that are meant to get what I'm saying understand what I'm saying, right? it's time. We came here at a certain time to birth this specific reality, consciously be in that reality, because again, it already exists. Okay, now I think I'm done. Peace, beautiful souls. I love you.